How are you doing? I'm John MacBean. Sitting here at the Edge Gym. I want to thank Janet for letting us come out here and do these films and do the workouts and things. Basically, a lot of people have watched my videos and that, and a couple questions is, number one questions I get in the gym all the time: how old am I? 60 years old. I weigh about 260 right now. I've been competing since 2010 in powerlifting sports. I do hold about 4 currently world records. I am ranked 9th in my age and weight class all time, and I really like to share a lot of my knowledge on lifting with everybody else that's here at the gyms. Some of the key points is proper nutrition, proper sleep. We're going to go and do pretty much arms and shoulder exercises a day, and basically concentrate on proper form and what the exercise is doing and how it's being beneficial to you. And then we'll have other episodes where we go into some heavier lifts, deadlifts, squats, benches where I really excel at. And basically, to get strong, to get in shape, is a long process. It's not a 3 days a week, 20 minutes a day. It's not going to do it. It's at least 3 to 5 days a week in the gym. Spend at least 45 minutes to an hour in the gym. You don't have to spend 2 or 3 hours. That could be excessive, especially when you start getting into my age group. I generally work out for anywhere from about 45 to 90 minutes. It's usually where my workouts are at. But we'll get into all that with proper nutrition, proper form, 8 hours of sleep. If you don't sleep, you're not going to heal. And one of the key things we talk about: do not overtrain. Overtrain does not make you stronger; it actually makes you weaker. All right. So the first exercise we're going to go to is going to be curls, which we'll move to another location for that. Perfect. One of the exercises I like to do is bar curls. This one here is where it's going to be moving your arms either in a position like this, which is going to isolate a lot of your biceps. Then when you're starting out a fresh exercise, you want to start with low weight just to get yourself loosened up. I've already done that. So I'm going to jump right here. Thing is form. You want your back straight. All right, arms down, and you're bringing it up here, and you're bringing it back down. None of this. If you're doing this, you're using too much weight. All right, so it's basically just here, pull it down, here, down. You can do sets about 8 to 12. That's generally going to get you a good pump. And then my next set will be heavier, and my next set will be heavier. And then I usually do a burnout set after that. I lost count. I don't know how many I'm doing here. That feels good. Keep rolling. So the question is, how do I lift a lot of weight? For some people who have not seen my videos and that, I mentioned the 400s. Personal best last year was 480 in a gym, 441 in competition. A lot of it has to do with mental. It's so easy being in the senior citizen, to be 45, 50, 55, I'm 60. To sit there and say, okay, it's just easier if I do less weight. I can still look in good shape in that. And there's nothing wrong with that mentality if it's for you. My mentality is I'm always trying to get stronger. So this July, I hit a new personal record in a sanctioned meet of that 441 pounds in a sanctioned meet. So that's something I've never hit in my life. Just because you're older, don't say you have to start lifting less. Obviously, if you have health issues or you have problems with your shoulders, things like that, consult a doctor. But I'm going to lift heavy until I can't. And it's just what I like to accomplish. But if you go to the gym, there's different reasons to go to the gym. There's cardio, there's toning, there's muscle building, there's strength building, all different exercises. Let a trainer know what your goals are so they can work with you.
Doing this.
So generally, when I'm doing arms, I tie bicep with triceps, and then I'll throw some shoulders and shrugs in. You can mix it up any you want. A lot of people will do, will do a chest and bicep day. They will do a back and bicep day, and however you want to do it. I like to do them separately because my deadlift days and my bench days and my squat days are really heavy workouts. And so I'm not doing any accessory lifts. Understand your arms, your tricep biceps is the accessory muscle to your major lifts, because it's really your back, your chest, and your shoulders. It's doing most of the lift. A lot of people say, wow, how can you bench all that weight? You don't have huge arms. It's not the arms benching. It's the shoulders, it's the chest, even part of your back and abs. Same thing. You want to keep yourself straight in a good pose. You want to come down and then just extend the tricep. The whole idea is to have proper form. And when you're working out and you're trying to get stronger, trying to get bigger, you're tearing muscle. All right. The heavier the weight, the more muscle you tear. And then after usually you do a heavy set, you want to do a light set with a lot of reps to get a lot of blood pumping back into that muscle, so it can carry nutrients and start the healing process. Healing doesn't happen without protein. So if you're not ingesting enough protein after your workouts, before you go to bed, once you first get up in the morning, your body actually is going to break down muscle to repair other muscle. So if you're doing hard workouts and you're not getting the proper nutrition, you're not going to see results. When I get within about 6 weeks of a competition, my intake of protein will be about 250 grams a day. That'll be done through 6 meals. Your body can only handle about 50 grams per meal. So sit there and eat 100 grams of protein for breakfast, 60% of it's going out the other end. So only about 6 meals a day. Remember what supplements are? They are to supplement your meals. They're not to become a meal. So yeah, after a workout, quick protein shake's great. Within an hour, have a meal, because you need the solid food to really build up. All right. So over here on the rack here, this is a good place where I usually do my dips for militaries. Military press is going to be a fantastic shoulder exercise. What you want to be careful with, you can do this with a Smith machine, you can do it with dumbbells, a lot of different variations, you get the same results. I like to do it with a straight bar, just my preference. But whether you're doing it freestanding, whether you're doing it seated, whether you're doing it with a Smith machine, whether you're doing it with dumbbells, basically you're getting the same work. And understand most of your lifts are going to be your shoulders, so shoulders are important. Shoulders are going to be huge for a big bench. People don't understand until all of a sudden they'll see me with the shirt completely off. They go, holy crap, shoulders are huge. Well, they have to be. They got to support 400 pounds with my back. Military won't be as heavy. Until you warm up, just keep going up. Generally here I don't go up any heavier than 2 1/4. Right now it looks like I got 115 on it. It's a good weight to get some pump. Basically getting a good grip. Get under it. Same thing, straight up.
If I use the normal ones, I can pull, right? When you use the bigger ones, you're good. Is it maybe for bench? Bench you don't have to do when you're trying to pull. You can't fully record those little smaller. That might be the difference.
That's how you get the shoulders going. Good. All right. Another thing I'll do for shoulders is I'll do a plate raise. So I use a 45 because I've been doing this a lot and I got really strong shoulders. If you start doing this, I'd start with a 10, maybe a 25 pounder. But what this one's going to do is really going to catch the back of my shoulders. Also because I'm hanging on to a weight, it's going to help with the rest too. So basically, all I'm doing is just coming up and going back down. Coming up, going back down. Coming up, going back down. I can really feel it in the back of my shoulders. And of course my wrist. Kind of another thing is, it's a great way to get warmed up too. Another thing I've seen on another YouTube channel, guys that do these weights here for the obliques, and they'll have a weight in each hand. You're not going to do anything if you got a weight in each hand. You got to have the weight only on one side, otherwise I'm basically just a seesaw, and I'm not using the muscles to do anything. So if you're doing this exercise, just use one weight. When you're done, so get over to the other side, do the same thing. If you got plates in each hand, you're not doing yourself really any good, because one is counterbalancing the other. Equipment. So you can see a lot of different equipments out here. People are using gloves, people are using ramps, belts, sleeves, you know, kind of on an individual basis. I don't use them. I just don't feel comfortable with them. Tried gloves one time. I don't really think I get a good grip with them. You do. Wrist wraps I don't use, because I feel if I can't handle the weight without the wrist wraps, I probably shouldn't do it. But if you have an injury or arthritis or something like that, then it's probably a good idea. Same thing with a belt. I don't use a belt. Another thing that if I have to use a belt to lift the weight, probably shouldn't be lifting the weight. But you're going to see people in competition with the belts. But some of these people are doing some really huge weights. So yeah, you know, you're deadlifting 800 pounds, you probably should have a belt. But I don't do 800 pounds, so I don't feel necessary to have one. This is about the only belt to wear, this one right here. Pre-workouts. Pre-workouts to get your blood moving that are good. There's thousands of them on the market. I don't spend too much time on them. Every now and then I'll grab like a Bang or anything and drink that down. Why I'm working out. A lot of products out there, and they vary to mild to holy crap, you're not going to bed until 1 o'clock in the morning. Whichever you feel comfortable with. Protein shakes and powders and different forms of protein in that. Don't rely on getting all your protein through a powder. Rely on getting your protein through food and diet. Best sources are eggs, milk, meat, beans, even rice has proteins that you're going to need. Breakfast is probably your heaviest protein meal. You know, with eggs, bacon, and milk. You know, you can easily have 80 grams of protein in your breakfast. Remember, shakes are to supplement it. I would advise that taking more than 2 a day. If you take a lot of them, probably gonna have some other issues when you go to the bathroom. And also, maybe add peanut butter to them. Pay attention to your body. If you start feeling something tightening up really bad on an exercise, it's probably a good day to stop doing that exercise and go out to something different. Soreness the next day or two after as expected. Remember, soreness is not pain. If it's in pain, find out why. Pushing through a soreness is one thing, pushing through an injury is another. I've went through 3 major injuries. Boys recovered, but we're talking about months or maybe even a year or two before full recovery happens. So you have to be patient. It's a steady routine. I generally have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday workout schedule. Sometimes I'll slip a Saturday in. Sunday is generally my rest day unless I'm competing. Be helpful, be respectful, re-rack your weights. Don't walk away from something, leave the weights there. This is how I found that bar. Alright, so I guess I'll take care of the weights after I do another set. But if you're done with an exercise, put the weights away. That's exercise too. Works the wrists, works the shoulders, arms. Don't just leave your stuff hanging there. It's just disrespectful and causes other people to think, number one, maybe it's being used, or number two, it's a young lady who wants to use this bar. She may or may not be able to unload that bar if there's 45s on it. So, respect the gym that you're at. Keep it clean. If you see any issues, let the ownership know. Do one more set.
I go second. Third field, you're having to do it. You need press just to get it off the bottom. No,